Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Politically Correct Ghana lesson 248. And today being the 5th of November 2024, we want to look at the elections in Ghana in terms of floating voters and our free secondary education. Floating voters and free secondary education. Now, apparently, the two major political parties, that's the New Patriotic Party that's in government, wanting to go past the second post, that's the eighth year, and the opposition National Democratic Congress (NDC) also wanting to take over. We look at the educational policies, the secondary education, that's free secondary education, free SHS. It has been ranked, listen to me carefully, the free SHS has been ranked a warning by Mo Ibrahim 2024. Mo Ibrahim Foundation has ranked it a warning, just a step away from deterioration. That has been corroborated by the Commonwealth Secretariat Research, that is the Global Youth Development, as 137th out of 167 countries. It tells us that the quality of free SHS is poor. It needs upping big time. The literate level, the numerate level of our JHS graduates and our SHS graduates needs much. What am I saying? You know, the government, that's the New Patriotic Party led by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Bawumia, are preaching that the SHS, the free SHS, is the best in high quality. And meanwhile, the global measures, global indicators, global research indicators are telling us that it's not working. The quality is so low. So what do we have to do? We have to now call on floating voters, because New Patriotic Party and NDC have about the same number of electorates. So now we have to call on floating voters to make the difference come this 7th December 2024. Floating voters, please take note, you are rational, you're educated, you are rational and you're educated. So you want the best out of education for each and every person. So free SHS is good, fundamentally it's good. But the quality itself is what we're questioning. The NPP are refusing the quality aspect. They are still living in a dream's land that they are giving out the best. Meanwhile, global measures are saying no, you give delivering poor quality. The National Democratic Congress, the NDC, is saying that look, they will review it and make quality a center stage. Meaning what? They will use inequality approaches, sending highly trained or best performing degree holding teachers to rural communities where schools are lowly performing, and then maintaining some in the high-performing schools, such that the high-performing schools don't come down, but the low-performing schools up their game and close the gap between the high-performing and the low-performing schools. And that is what it's about. The learning deliverers, the teachers, makes a lot of difference. Then they'll give tax incentives to those who go to rural areas, the teachers who go to rural areas, the university teachers who go to rural areas, to up the quality in secondary and primary education. It's very important. They said they will do that. So then now the onus is on you. Do not, floating voters, please, you're rational, take note. Do not, out of disappointment from the promises of Nana Akufo-Addo and Dr. Bawumia and the NPP, that they were going to take you to near heaven, and they landed us on a hellish state, in a hellish state. They landed us in a hellish state instead of a near heaven. They landed us in a hellish state. And so it is not called Ghana anymore. It's called Ojakro, meaning fireland. Hellish state. The onus is now on you. Do not allow your emotions to tell you that, look, the disappointment in Nana Addo and Bawumia and NPP will not make you vote. Do not sacrifice your rationality on the altar of emotions to say because Nana has disappointed you, there's no difference between the NDC and the NPP. So you are going to vote for someone else who is not going to win anyway, so you're wasting the votes. The onus is now on you, floating voter. You are rational. Vote and vote John Dramani Mahama of the NDC and all the NDC parliamentary candidates to make that victory sweet and the change that we all want. Change is positive, not retrogression. Change is positive, not depression. Not the change they promised us in 2016 and landed us in depression. But this change for education will be positive. The name is H. Kwame Afaglo. Thank you.